Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Zagger-tastic stream. It is I, your friend, the one, the only, Z-A single God, Zagger. And I hope you're all having a wonderful morning, noon, night, evening, whatever time it is for you today. Welcome back to the Dragon's Den, and we are joined with...
Me.
And...
Me.
So we're joined with me and
know who we are.
We're here to talk about Loki, episode 4. Very excited.
I am obviously Chris Farley.
Yes, and I'm Owen Wilson.
Yeah, indeed. Wow.
Wow. He gets pruned and then he gets freaking like...
Yeah, this episode, I called it. There was the big, reveal this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure next episode will also be what I called last week, which is we're going to go into the history and learn everything. And then episode 6 will be the big...
climax.
Yeah.
The climax.
Yeah. Everything coming to a finish.
Hi, Marinus the Grey.
Hello.
Yeah, I was also saying that the TVA is fake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was real. There were actual people running
Maybe it was. Yeah, maybe it was real at one point, but it's not anymore.
Or like they were around.
Because Ravonna clearly knows what's going on.
That's true.
Yeah,
She wasn't surprised.
It just makes me think all the more that it's King the Conqueror.
Yeah, even more so than I already did.
I do think their way of building him up as the big bad for the new phase.
And of course, like every show, we have to have a romance with Loki and
yeah, so Loki's just kind of masturbating, really. Loki touches himself in this episode. He puts his hands on himself.
Oh my god, yeah, this
and
is
he
too
moves
graphic for
into,
children.
and then Ravonna's like, no, mother's against masturbating. You will not touch yourself in front of the children. And she says no.
Yeah.
Okay, so we jumped a little.
Yeah, we didn't really go in a format.
It picks up where the last episode left off. They're on the planet, apocalypse is happening, and then again Loki starts to touch himself. Puts his hand on himself, and then they're like, "Whoa!" And then at the TVA, they're like, "Whoa, the TVA spike!" They're watching when Loki touches himself, the line goes up.
As it would.
You touch yourself and things go up. That's how the world works. Hey, that's what happened, guys.
That's what really ruins the
Disney.
Guys, that's what really ruins the timeline. Touching yourself.
It's like I don't know if anybody here has seen the Peabody and Sherman movie, but there's literally a joke in that movie where the timeline will break if Sherman, they literally make that a joke in the film. I have to stop Sherman from touching himself.
Oh my gosh.
That sounds about right. Hello, Yukino Saro.
I know, Dum Dum. It's very sad. He's taken now.
He can't date the female version of himself. He's mine. Okay,
I don't think Dum Dum's sad about this. Dum Dum's happy.
Calm down, Dum Dum.
All right.
But anyways, I actually really like this episode. You guys?
Yeah, this was here's the thing. I wasn't surprised by this episode, but that's just because we were calling everything last week.
Yeah, it was it was kind of predictable, but also there are moments that weren't predictable. Like, for example, spoilers. What happened to Owen Wilson's character?
Oh, yeah. So we are going into spoilers here.
Yeah,
we're 4 episodes in. You don't think there's going to be spoilers now?
Yeah, the spoilers are both major and minor.
We were actually really bummed. I was
so sad.
So yeah, the Lokis, because of the time spike, the TVA knows where they are. They come and they arrest him. Loki tells Owen Wilson what's going on. At first he doesn't believe him, but then he goes and he drinks alcohol and switches his thing with Ravonna's, and he sees that Loki is telling the truth.
Does digging.
And and I really wish when he had discovered the truth, he had said, wow.
I know, we all wished it, but it just wouldn't make sense for the show.
There's still a chance for it. But, we thought that the chance was gone because Ravonna picks up on what Owen is doing, and then she has him pruned.
That's what it's called, right?
We see him get disintegrated, and we were like, oh shit, we didn't expect that. Oh no, how could he die without saying wow? We're riding a jet ski.
I didn't say that. You guys. I don't want him to say
wow.
He's the most upset about it. But he screamed at the lack of wow.
But if he does ever say wow, it'll probably be when they put him back in his proper time.
I honestly think it would be his reaction to his jet ski.
Yeah, if he got a jet ski.
He'll probably get put back and he'll look at his jet ski and put his hand and be like, wow.
And then
you know?
people will uproar throughout the world with that.
I think Owen is aware of that meme by this point.
he must be.
Well, there was one point he said, "Come on, guys, I didn't actually say wow that many times." And then somebody made a clip of every time he said wow, and it takes up 15 minutes.
Okay, well, they proved him wrong. Damn. All
Dang,
right.
to be fair, in my Mulan review, when I was trying to find a good wow from Owen Wilson for that one clip I have, it was actually kind of hard to find a good one for that. So I don't know if they're just hard to find or I don't know.
There's just so many. It's
You gotta,
you gotta
one video.
find the one you like.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
So Dum Dum says she has opinions about Sylvie, the biggest one. I hope they prune her.
because you want Loki for yourself.
Yeah.
We know, Dum Dum.
She's pretty cool though.
Your thirst knows no bounds, my dear.
Yeah. I can't
What you
hate
do?
her, but that's just me.
Okay.
Because I think she's pretty badass, so.
Oh yeah,
I get it.
You know, it's another
I get why he
Loki.
likes
Look,
her.
Dum Dum, three-way. Hello, it's not yet.
Who can say they've been with two Lokis simultaneously?
Yeah,
Dum Dum?
exactly.
That's
you know,
okay.
2 Lokis for the price of 1.
I don't like her because she got mad at Loki for getting drunk and was a real bitch to him. And he can't date himself because it's weird.
Look, you wouldn't get mad at your partner for getting drunk and screwing up the plan.
I see nothing wrong with the rest of your
Mutual
sentence
little
there.
couple banter.
Yeah.
You know, look, it's Loki.
I mean,
if he
they're
wants
not
to date himself,
actually
he's gonna date
related.
himself.
Yeah, and they're not actually related.
Well-
They're from different timelines.
But they're still the
Right?
same person.
I don't know what.
It's weird. It's weird.
We
I
could
don't
be
know.
here all day with straws and napkins
Yeah.
trying to explain how
Debating
this
if it's
works, to
weird or
quote
not.
Looper.
Here's how I'm gonna explain it. It's okay. It's fine.
It's fine because they're both.
It's
alive.
okay to touch yourself. It's perfectly
Yeah,
natural.
it's perfectly natural. It's
What's
all within the
important is you do it in your own
It's
privacy.
all part of the sacred timeline if you touch yourself.
But don't do it in front of what's her name. She'll prune you.
Yeah, exactly.
I should be raised because it's strange. I don't like women like that.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Women like what?
Yeah, women who get mad at guys for getting
Oh
drunk. I guess.
yeah.
To be fair, she was really desperate in that
Yeah.
situation.
We're gonna blow up on that planet.
And
But
you,
I
you can see why she's so mad at the TVA, because we
Yeah.
actually do see them just straight up take her. It's so like disconnected the way they take like this little girl playing with toys, and they come in. I arrest you for crimes against the time. Like,
Yeah, and she's like, I just wanna
it's
play
like
with
you
my
realize
shit.
this is a freaking 8-year-old.
Honestly, and then you find out later that what's her name doesn't even remember why they
It's
took
like
her.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, that's how
what's going on.
insignificant it was, and it destroyed her life. So I'd be,
Yeah.
that hurt more
Yeah,
than
honestly.
like anything in the
I
episode.
personally think what's going on here is Kang the Conqueror is taking these people not to preserve the timeline, but because you can take a variant out of the timeline without hurting it. So he's probably he's probably taking them because he wants them for himself. Like maybe he's absorbing their power in some way. Like we know he took a bunch of humans to recruit them as his force for this. Like maybe he's taking characters like Loki and stuff to like take their power or something.
I think it might be he's trying to build an army.
It might
to take
be,
over
you know,
the
it might
universe.
be that too.
It's
Yeah,
all
and
Illuminati
he's
confirmed
doing it
stuff.
and he's doing it completely without getting noticed because he's taking variants from the timeline. That's
Yeah.
and you think about it that way. That's kind of the way to do it. Honestly,
you
it's
take-
brilliant. Like because we know that if you read Marvel comics, you know there's like stuff like Celestials and One Above All and all
Yeah,
this
they're
stuff
always
out there.
watching shit.
So like the best way to build an army without any of them noticing is to just take like superfluous characters from the timeline.
Yeah, ones that would have been a problem anyways.
Yeah,
if
ones
that's
that
what he's doing, props to him.
the
Like,
timeline doesn't
impressive.
technically need. Yeah, so I think that's what he's doing.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, that's actually really
Yeah,
intelligent.
and
villain.
we do get revealed that it's not the Timekeepers because they take the Lokis to the Timekeepers, and you know, I like B-15 by the way. I like her story.
Yeah, B-15
honestly.
had an interesting story.
B-15's the woman who.
Oh.
The one who wanted to kill Loki right away from the first episode.
Yeah, who
Yeah,
found
who
out that
finds
those
out-
her
yeah, that-
memories? Those are actually her memories.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah, she
like
had a good
it's
story. She started
interesting,
off as
like,
just like
you
an
know,
antagonist.
just the asshole kind of,
And she's
and then
like-
you see her like have an
redeeming
interesting turn where
Yeah.
it turns out when Enchantress possessed her in episode 2, I think it was.
Yeah.
Episode 2.
Yeah, like she saw a flash of her previous life, and so since then she's been suspicious. So she actually
Yeah.
goes to Enchantress, Sylvie, and
Yeah.
has her like restore her memories.
Yeah, and she kind of saves. Well, she
yeah.
almost saves both the Lokis, but apparently
Yeah,
not.
so while the Lokis are brought before the Timekeepers, B-15 comes in and frees them from their collars and gives them weapons, and they fight the Timekeepers. We don't see what happens to B-15. She gets beaten down.
Yeah, I think
you
she's
think she
knocked
got
out.
killed, but she's either still in that room or she probably got pruned, which means she could be where Loki
They would have
is
showed
now.
her though
Mike-
getting pruned. I think she's just
Yeah, I think they would have shown it. So I think she's just there. Like, I think that Sylvie and B-15 will be a team now.
Possibly. I'm thinking that I don't know if the pruning process always does what it does to this Loki, because
Yeah, you're right.
I feel like it might just be because he's a Loki that he survived the pruning process.
I hope not. I don't want Owen Wilson to be gone.
But they do
I don't either.
they overwhelm the TVA, and they, like, Sylvie chops off the head of one of the Timekeepers, and it's revealed it's just a robot.
Yeah,
Like,
as soon as I saw the head come off, I was like, oh,
yeah, you
robot.
can see the
Yeah.
sparks. Yeah, I noticed that as it was falling. Like,
and then the others break down too because they're all one.
I also had a feeling that they might be robots when they were just standing there when they were fighting. They didn't react at all.
yeah, like
Yeah.
they're like a Disneyland attraction the way they're there moving like this. Now we told you.
I know. I was gonna say they look a little fake, but it might just be intentional.
The two of them
You know?
talk in such a raspy, mumbly way. If
Yeah.
the captions weren't on, they're like,
the third
it's like,
one never said anything?
is what? No, the third one did.
I don't remember.
Yeah, they all do. The one at the top talked the most.
Yeah.
But yeah. The third one did have one line of
Yeah, I
dialogue.
remember the top one and the fish one. Were
Yeah, the fish one,
Yeah.
and then the one with the kind of a
Helmet.
Kang the Conqueror helmet, kind of. Yeah.
maybe that one is actually King the Conqueror.
Maybe he
just
based it off
pretending.
himself. Yeah, at the end credit scene of this whole thing, we see that robot just get up and brush off.
You never know.
You know,
wanna
like
know-
the end of Saw.
Speaking
Yeah.
of end credit scenes, I want to know about Crocodile Loki's story.
Yeah,
Oh my God,
so
I'm so excited
Loki
for
gets
that.
pruned from behind by Ravonna because nobody ever kills people while they're down. In these freaking, we should have killed
be
Ravonna.
dramatic.
But then you know now Sylvie overpowers Ravonna and says, "You're gonna tell me everything." And yeah, that's gonna be season 5. We're gonna see everything, kind of like in
season
WandaVision
five.
when it.
It's gonna be in 4
episode 5,
seasons
kind
from
of
now.
just like in WandaVision, the tell-all
Yeah.
episode. We're gonna have the tell-all
It's the
episode.
information dump.
I
Not in a
freaking
bad
called
way.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then we also get a reveal that Loki is not dead. When he got pruned, he got sent somewhere. And I like, there's a little nod to Norse mythology in there. He says, "Is this hell?" And if you look at the captions, it's just hell with one L.
Yeah, if
It's
you
like-
watch with the closed captions
yeah,
on, it was
so
one
you see,
L.
the captions guy knows Norse
Here's the
mythology.
thing. That was either on
Props
purpose
to him.
or an accident. That's
You think that was? There's no way. Come on.
I've seen-
that was a typo, and the caption guy's like, "Yeah, I meant to do that."
Why are you trying to ruin people's dreams?
No, I'm just saying it either makes it like really amazing or really funny.
Oh my god.
No.
And
Which
yeah,
is
so
perfect
he's
for
like,
Loki.
"Am I dead?" And then you hear, "No, but you will be unless you come with us." And there's 4 Lokis.
Yeah.
There's like there's like an old one.
There's old Loki.
There's a young one, and there's another one, and then the young one is
cute one.
holding Crocodile
Yeah.
Loki.
They all have the horns.
And I was like, I want to know about Crocodile.
Clearly, Disney learned something from the Into the Spider-Verse movie. They were
Yeah,
like, people love this
into
shit.
the Loki verse. Now, can we please have one mythologically accurate Loki, for God's sake?
Well,
No, we're not
For Norse God's sake.
speaking of mythologically accurate, what's her name? Was
So-
her
Yes,
haircut?
yes. There was another little nod to
Yeah.
Norse mythology. When Loki's being held in his cell, they have a time cell where they have a like basically a painful moment from your history. In this case, I guess literal painful.
Yeah.
Because you see Sif comes out. They've got the actress for Sif, cool.
Yeah.
Like with holding just a little bit of her hair, which I kind of wish they'd done the whole thing, but they're
It
not
was
going
like
to
a
do.
chunk, but I know.
A chunk of her hair. She's like, "How could you do this?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, it's the time he cut her hair." And you were like, "When did that happen?" I was like, "Oh no,
Yeah.
not in the
Not
Marvel
in the
movies. That's
movies.
from Norse mythology."
Who knew? I mean,
because for
what's
those who
your
don't know,
person?
Loki freaking shaved Sif's head in Norse mythology because he's
Shaved?
like he cut it all off.
Right, like to the
Like obviously he didn't have a razor, but
Yeah.
he did slice all the hair off.
Yeah, and this one only like half her hair's cut, which is fine.
Yeah.
It's like a
And she's like, "How dare you? You're gonna end up alone!" And she punches him and knees him in the balls.
Yeah, that was
and
funny.
constantly just keeps doing it. And like at one time when he was like, "You need to help me," and she puts her hands on him, and we were just going, "She's gonna knee him in the balls.
Yeah,
she's gonna knee him in the
and then
balls.
she
She's
did
gonna
it.
knee him in the balls. Bam! There we go."
Although I think why that episode, that scene is really painful for him because it's her telling him that he'll be alone for.
That's
Well,
true.
That one time she doesn't knee him in the balls, she says that really hurt him.
By the end of it, I question how he had any balls left.
They're variant balls. He can make variant versions of his nuts.
They regrew the nuts every loop. Anyway.
Okay. Jormungandr will make an appearance. I don't know if that's a leak or something.
Unless they're gonna call the crocodile Loki Jormungandr.
Oh, please don't. That's no.
What if he turns into a giant snake?
Yeah.
I would like that.
Cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
They said he turned into a snake in like Thor Ragnarok. Thor tells a story about it.
Oh yes, I remember that. Let's see. I really despise Sylvie because she seems like a stick up her butt type.
I don't know. She's been, she's
been running from the TVA.
She got her childhood stolen from her, and she's had to live in apocalypses ever since then. It's, it makes sense for the character.
Yeah.
She's just really motivated.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I actually want Loki to be on his own.
Alone again. After all this, him saying he's scared of being alone, you want him to be alone.
So
that's rough, man.
Marinus, are you okay, buddy?
You doing okay, Marinus? You messed up, boy.
Not like Loki. I'm going to suffer.
Oh, yeah.
And as Yuki said, captions guy, pog champ, snacky snack.
Anyway.
But yeah, it was nice to see a couple of actual Norse myth like touches here and there.
Yeah, it was a really good episode overall.
I even if it's not a huge character, can we just have one little nod to like mythologically accurate Loki, like in the group? Just have him there and it'd be like, who's that guy? Oh, we don't talk about that guy. He's weird, man. He does weird things.
I don't think they're gonna do that.
That would have been nice if he was in the end credit scene though, with all the Lokis.
I actually wonder. So they had like a young boy Loki in the group. Do you think that's Young Avengers Loki?
Maybe.
What do you mean?
In Marvel Comics, there's a series called Young Avengers, and Loki becomes a kid again in the comics, and he joins the Young Avengers. So I'm wondering if this boy is Young Avengers Loki.
Probably, possibly, if he is. Sure.
Because I don't think Marvel's going to go through all the trouble of making Young Avengers and all that shit. So this might just be their nod to it.
Maybe not for another 10 years. Maybe in 10 years they'll do that. They'll be like, this is Captain America.
Oh, you know what I would have loved to see in this show? Like a reference to Frog Thor.
Throggy.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, there's a frog who lifts Thor's hammer and becomes frog. Maybe in Thor Love and Thunder.
Maybe we'll have Throggy and Beta Ray Bill.
That is current. Oh, they should do Beta Ray Bill, honestly, in Thor Love and Thunder.
I doubt they will because it's already gonna be too bloated. It's gonna be about Jane Foster, Thor.
They're bringing back Jane Foster.
Yeah, I told you this a while ago.
They're still doing that?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
I thought that she wasn't coming back.
I'd much rather see Beta Ray Bill.
Well, yeah, of course you would, but average people are gonna be like, why is there a horse holding the hammer now?
Excuse me, if we can make Guardians of the Galaxy work.
But you know how people
And isn't this like a little bit of a cross with Guardians of the Galaxy? It would fit in so well!
I agree with you. But then it's them.
They couldn't even intentionally nod to it. Like,
Andrew, you gotta convince them. You gotta go out there, rally for your cause.
Like Star-Lord be like, "Is that horse carrying Thor's hammer?" And then Gamora could be like, "Yes." Peter, we ride around with a talking raccoon.
That's a good point.
True.
Why are you surprised? Come on, Frog Thor, that would be better than Lady Thor.
Yeah, I agree with you. Well, and he's not. Marinus isn't specifically saying any lady. We're just talking about Lady Thor from the comics. I think Frog Thor is way more fun.
It would. I would agree. I would have more fun with it, but there have been more comics with Lady Thor, so they have more stories they can pick.
Yeah, I know.
And there are certain groups who would very much enjoy
Lady Thor's fine. I'm way more into Beta Ray Bill, and it's way more funny to have Throg.
It's the same thing with me. Like I love Peter Parker, I love Miles Morales, but if we could play a game as Peter Porker,
that would be amazing. We need a multiplayer Spider-Verse game. We really do.
The closest we've gotten was the single-player
Shattered Dimensions, which was
really
great. So more of that, please. Anyway, we got a little off topic here.
Man,
So I really liked this episode overall. I was correct in my theory, basically. I'm happy to see that it's possible that the people who got pruned are not dead.
Yeah, I mean, obviously not Loki, but maybe
when Owen got pruned, I was bummed. I was like, damn, I really thought we were gonna see him get that jet ski, but I didn't. Here's the thing, like, it subverted my expectations, and not in a stupid, like, just out of nowhere way. In a way, like, I guess that makes sense.
Genuinely surprising.
That would happen.
It would happen to any minor character.
See, there's a way to subvert expectations and not be stupid about it.
That having Owen Wilson die, and we don't even know if he's
like. I think the way they subverted our expectations with Ralph Boner was just stupid. But like, even if Owen Wilson was straight up dead, I'd be bummed, but I wouldn't be like mad at the show about it.
I would respect them.
I would be like, okay, I get why he died, and it meant something when he died. So
for sure. Honestly, that if he stays dead, which I don't think he is, that'd be the most shocking thing that Disney or Marvel has ever done.
I don't think he's dead at this point, but if he is. Damn, that's too bad. I really wanted to see him get that jet.
I know. Again, I don't want him to be gone because he's one of the best things.
How does Marvel get me so invested in a goddamn jet ski?
I know, right? Only Owen Wilson in Marvel.
It's because of Owen. You get such a charismatic actor.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
There was one perfect thing.
He really wowed the audience.
Wow. Let's see. Dunham said, I reject the current Avengers timeline for one reason. Loki did a stupid thing. This is how things should have happened. I think that Infinity War should have been a really different story. Loki should have turned into the Tesseract because
I don't think he can do
Thanos liked the
Tesseract.
And then because he knew Thanos likes...
And then when he picked
this is a reference to that Ragnarok story. He turned into a snake because he knows I like snakes. And then I picked it up and he went, wow, it's me.
I'm so glad that's making it onto this.
You know what? Put that theory right next to the why doesn't Ant-Man go up Thanos' ass?
Although they explained that even if he expanded. I agree Ralph Boner is bad and Mephisto should have appeared. I don't think Mephisto or Doctor Strange should have appeared. Battled Wanda and Wanda should have went mad. Well, we see her slowly going mad.
There's stuff going on with Wanda.
I don't think
more of a villain.
I don't think Ralph Boner is bad. I think
you're the only one.
No, I think there are others like me.
Okay.
Help me find others like you.
And I think if Doctor Strange showed up, it would have overshadowed the whole WandaVision aspect of the show because you would have just like, oh, Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Doctor Strange needed to pop up there. I think it would have made sense if he did because he would have probably been like, there's some magical event going on here, and as Sorcerer Supreme, I kind of need to check this out. When I think about it that way, it's a little weird that he didn't show up, but maybe he was dealing with something else.
I definitely do like we need to know about Senior Scratchy. I would like him to be Mephisto.
Yeah, like, what the hell was going on with Senior Scratchy? That's another thing.
We'll never know, guys.
Why didn't they go with Chris Pratt's idea, Dance Battle Thanos?
Dance off, bro.
You can only do that once.
There should be an Infinity Stone of Dance.
That would be amazing. Chris Pratt.
There is the
music stone.
There's the retcon stone.
There's a retcon stone. Mm-hmm. Is it the same as the continuity stone, or is it its own thing?
It's a joke version of the continuity stone, if I remember.
As if the continuity stone isn't already in show.
That's a joke version of it.
I still want that in a Deadpool movie. I just want them to, like, he has it and they just ignore it. I would love so much just to see Quicksilver pick it up and go, what's this? And he turns into Evan Peters. Or, it's like, put that down before it puts you down.
Don't let the boat around. Alright, guys, we're getting off track.
Didn't exist, but Thanos turns out to be like a universe champion dancer and kicks the Avengers' ass. That would have made it into a weird Footloose movie.
Okay, do we have anything left to say about this episode?
Yeah,
we have gone so off topic.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's still Marvel, and we're here to chat with the audience for at least another 5 minutes.
But
overall,
I really liked
did you guys for those of you who saw this episode, did you like it? And let us know if you're excited for the next week's episode. I'm excited. Me and Claire both agree. This is the first episode since episode 1 that I really enjoyed.
Yeah, like I'm like, this is my favorite one yet. Episode 1's my second favorite. Like this one's actually getting me a lot more excited for the show, which is weird that I'm only now getting really excited because it's the 4th episode. But I mean, like, better late than never. I still think they should have had more episodes, but I'm really pumped to see how these last 2 episodes end. So they redeemed themselves.
I really wonder how the TVA, since there's no timekeepers, how are they making it so magic doesn't work in their area?
It's probably because they're in a universe that's
You think it's just inherent?
I think it's outside of the
Maybe.
realm of time and space and magic. You know, it's like what's the best way for me to explain this? So in the DC comics, there's all the multiverses, and surrounding the multiverses, there's the Speed Force, which holds everything together, and then outside.
Yeah, so when you're outside it, there's no Speed Force.
Yeah, I think it's like that. Like all the magic is in this universe, and the TVA is outside.
I really want to see an action scene where we can see the Lokis using all of their powers like to their fullest.
I don't think we're gonna get something that big.
Maybe.
We might get something kind of like that.
Not
Because
not
there was
all
cool
of them.
action in this episode, but it was in the TVA, so you know magic doesn't work there,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, which was good because you got to see more of an action sequence. It felt a little staged to me, the action. A little bit like, let's start fighting. But, you know, it's fine. I think they'll be saving the big stuff for the finale.
Probably,
Yeah. So.
I actually did like it. It set up stuff, and now that we're finally getting answers.
Yeah.
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 I like the
Moving
episode. I think this episode was weird, and the show is getting weird. Well, it's Loki. What were you expecting?
It would be really weird. I will say, it's going to be really weird if they reveal that there's no connection to Kang at all.
Yeah, it feels.
Because why do you have Ravonna in there then?
I think if Kang is gonna show up, he's gonna show up in like an end credit scene.
I don't think we necessarily need Kang to be in the show, but I think he should be connected. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
They might have like a scene where they like call Kang at the end.
It could
Like,
be
you know-
like a reveal, like in Avengers, where you see Thanos at the end.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say next. I was gonna say they could do what they were doing with Thanos. Like, you don't have
Set
him
it up.
in the movies, but you know he's connected to what's going on.
He's in the background,
Yeah.
you know.
By the way, we just saw Avengers 3 days ago.
I think on Sunday.
Yeah,
For the first time.
Yeah, first
No, we saw it
time
for the first time in a while.
in a long time, and it's still so good.
It's still so
it
good.
holds up so well.
The other thing is, though, you can clearly tell they changed what kind of Thanos they were going to go with from that movie to Infinity War.
Yeah.
Because in that one, he goes to quote.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
itself.
they were probably thinking to do something with death, like in the
But it
comics.
doesn't make it
they
like
didn't.
obvious they changed it either. It could have just
Yeah.
been like
They changed
still
his
Thanos.
color. That's the biggest problem.
Agreed.
They did?
Okay. Yeah, he was more purple in the end credits scene of it.
Okay, I didn't really notice. Interesting.
But yeah, that's what we think of the episode. We like it. We're excited for what happens next. It
I'm
would
really
be
excited.
weird if Kang is in no way involved, because this is even more hinted at than the Mephisto stuff.
Yeah,
It's at this point, like, it's like, come on, guys.
You can't just throw
And
these
Kang is a
binaries all
good
over the
villain for
place.
Phase 4, so, like, why not?
I hope they're not just trying to misdirect in that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think they're trying to
I don't think
misdirect.
so.
Yeah, I think we should go Kang, then Galactus, then the Cancerverse. That's
You
what I
want to know
think
the
we
weirdest
should do.
thing about this show that I think nobody has ever noticed is in that drawer of Infinity Stones there was at least one of every stone except for one. The Time Stone, foreshadowing to something perhaps.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. The Timekeepers don't have the Time
Oh, never
Stone.
mind. It was the Mind Stone.
Oh.
I'd have to love. I'd
never
have
mind
loved to see Thanos try to bone Death in Infinity War.
Well, they couldn't do that because Fox had Death well, actually not at the time, but while they were planning Infinity War.
Yeah,
They
Fox had
can
Death.
now, but Thanos is dead.
Yeah, I mean they could always bring him
They
back.
could, like, you know, if they want to eventually do the Cancerverse story, Thanos is actually a pretty big part of that. You don't technically need him for it, but they do use him to beat the Cancerverse in the comics.
But anyways, so I really liked the episode. Andrew, do you like the episode?
Yeah, I like the episode.
Claire, you said
I
you liked it.
loved it. I'm so excited to see all the different Lokis.
You loved
and
watching
they-
Owen die.
I was
That
like,
was your favorite part.
I was like, wow. now. He's dead. No. I was very upset. It's so good. I really like it.
There's no Mind Stone. Me thinks this has something to do with the TV agents and their lack of memories.
Maybe that was a hint. They don't have their minds. That's why they didn't have the Mind Stone.
That would be interesting.
Maybe.
The guy, the set designer's like, yeah, I meant to do that.
I didn't just lose it in my
He's
trailer.
just over here with the subtitles guy, like, yeah, we're geniuses.
We totally planned this out, guys. It's not like things just happen sometimes.
Yeah.
But anyways,
everything means something.
we're all looking forward to the next week's episode.
Yeah.
I'm very curious to see how this will end. I'm sad there's only 2 more episodes.
I know. It makes sense.
I
for
heard
Falcon
someone
Winter
say
Soldier,
this is the series that might get more seasons.
Well, technically, it does. Isn't Falcon and Captain America? That's like a new show, but it's still continuing.
I don't know.
Maybe not.
We'll see. I mean, maybe Disney's just testing the water.
Yeah,
They're
maybe
gonna
they don't
see,
know for
let's
any of
see
them.
how much money we make off these and see if it's worth making more seasons.
Yeah.
I think it's worth to make some more seasons of
Especially Loki.
at least Captain America and the Winter Soldier. 'Cause
I don't think we need another WandaVision unless you're actually going to have Wanda go after Cataract Vision.
Yeah, unless you're going to have something with that.
Because that, like, yeah, but
Well, we got to see what happens with Doctor Strange Multiverse
yeah,
of
we have
Madness.
to see where that goes
Yeah.
first.
If that doesn't end with some big thing where Wanda's not involved.
yeah.
But anyways, guys, I really like this episode. They really like this episode. This was our discussion of Loki episode, what is it, 4?
This is 4.
Yeah, episode 4. We'll see you all here next Wednesday, and for those of you here in the live stream, we're gonna go play some Doom in about 10 minutes ish. Claire, where can they find you?
Oh, you can find me on YouTube or TikTok at The Struggling Alto. And if you haven't, go ahead and check out our Hadestown review on my channel.
You
can
should
find
watch that.
Yeah, watch it. And
It'll change your life.
it will literally transform you.
Yeah.
Your being, your soul.
It'll transform you. You'll watch it, and when you're done, you'll be 40 minutes older.
There's about 40 minutes.
That's true. That makes sense. Andrew, where can they find you?
YouTube or TikTok, The Mythology Guy. Links to everything else are in every YouTube video.
And guys, you can find me at Zagard the Official on Instagram and Twitter. I don't go on Twitter very often, but on
Yeah, don't do
Twitch and YouTube, I am here at ZAGARD Zagard. And me and Andrew do streams like this every Wednesday at 4:30 Pacific Standard Time, or currently Pacific Daylight Time.
Yep.
So guys, we'll see you all next week.
Bye.
And we're going to break. Hey guys, this was our discussion of Disney Plus's Loki. If you liked what you saw, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to join live, we do this every Wednesday at 4 or 4:30 Pacific Daylight Time. Remember, 4 or 4:30 Pacific Daylight Time. I hope to see you there next time, and have a wonderful day.